there is a hidden agenda behind the show Love is Blind, and I'm going to talk about it. The show Love is Blind, for those of you that don't know, is a reality TV show. It's hosted on Netflix. You can go over to Netflix and watch the episodes. They're on season 10, I believe. I've been watching the first two or three episodes of season 10 just recently. And as I was thinking about the success rate of the couples that are on the show, I came to realize that the majority of the couples that are on the show that are paired up in these pods do not work out. And it made me reflect on why I was watching the show. As someone who believes in love, I haven't had perfect relationships, but I'll tell you that each relationship that I've had, I've renewed and I've increased my faith in love. I still believe that there is that love exists. I still believe that love is strong. I still believe that love is powerful. I believe that love gives your life purpose. I believe that there's a type of love that can move mountains. I believe that there's a type of love that can make you feel intense joy and intense affection, not just for yourself and for everything around you, but also for your significant other and any children that you bring into this world. I believe in the overwhelming power, the miracle working power of love. So when I watch this show, Is Love Blind? For me, it's an easy question to answer. I know people who don't have eyesight, and I know that they're able to find love, and it's easy. Yes, love is blind. Because when I answer the question, is love blind? I think about love's ability to be able to be nurtured and to be able to be maintained when you're not able to see physically. When you're not able to see your person physically, I believe that love is blind because love can continue to grow even if you can't see your partner physically. There's some people out there who may disagree with me, and they believe that a long distance relationship does not work, but I'm not one of those people. I believe that love is so strong that a long distance relationship can work and does work. When I was deployed to the Middle East, when I was an aircraft mechanic, I met people who were working in the Middle East, working in Saudi Arabia, and they actually lived in different countries. And so the money that they were making on the military base in Saudi Arabia, they were sending that money back home to their family and to their wives and to their children, to other members of their family. And even though they couldn't see their person physically, even though they couldn't see their family physically, the love that they had for their family was so intense that they were very dedicated about making sure that their family had the money that they needed, that they were working to earn in Saudi Arabia on the military base. And I thought that was so fascinating that they could be immigrants to Saudi Arabia working on a United States military base, send the money that they're making home to their family, and they're not able to see their family for it was 6 months. Some people were gone for 6 months. Some people were gone for a year. I talked to someone who hadn't seen his family in over 2 years, but he was consistently sending money home to his family. And he loved his family. He would talk about his children, he would talk about his wife, and you could just feel the love just oozing off of him. He was so passionate about his family. I know that there are people here in the United States of America who have immigrated here from all different countries, and I know that the money that they're making here in the United States of America and that they are sending home to wherever country they came from, I believe that those people who are doing that, they're sending money home because they love their family. They love their wife that is at home. They love their husband that is at home in the country of origin. And I believe that if you're not able to see that person, that the love that you have for that person can continue to grow. There's a type of love that grows even stronger if you cannot see that person. It's a thing that makes you faithful on a long road trip. It makes you stay committed to the person that you love and to your family. I know that there are people out there who don't believe like me, and they believe that love is something that is going to go up and down or change based on the physical traits of your partner. There are some people out there who think, you know what, the type of love that I think exists in the world as a person ages, as they get older, as they lose the same youthful look as when I met them, the love that I have for that person is going to decrease. And so I'm going to start looking in other places. I'm going to start looking for youth in other places. I'm going to start looking for physical beauty in other places. And I'm not going to invest in this person that may age as they get older, but the love that I have for them grows stronger. I know there are some people out there who do not believe like me that as someone ages, as they lose their physical beauty that they had when they were younger, the love that you have for that person can continue to grow stronger and stronger. There are some people who don't believe that, but I do. I believe that the love that you have for your wife or the love that you have for your husband can grow stronger even as they age, even as their physical beauty fades. It's a different type of love, and I know a lot of people don't believe like me. I also know that there are some people out there who don't believe like me when I tell them that you can love someone if they get a disability that changes the way that they look. Maybe they get in a car accident, or maybe something happens to their body, and now they don't look the same. Their the physical eyes that you have to perceive your partner and your partner's beauty, maybe they don't look the same because they have some sort of a disability, or say they got into some sort of a situation. But I believe that there is a type of love that is out there that loves the person even more, even if they are disabled, even if they don't look the same as they looked before they got into an accident, or they had that disability that changes their physical traits. This is a powerful type of love that I'm talking about. Um, and I know that there's people out there who don't believe that. So when I watch Love Is Blind, I know that I'm not alone in thinking that every time I see a couple that doesn't work out, I think how horrible. I think, wow, that person was looking for love and they were not able to find love. And I think how horrible, what a horrible situation. What a horrible place to be looking for love and putting yourself out there for the world to see, and you're not able to find love. I think deep down inside, when I watch and I finish a season and I see the people who have gotten married and the people who didn't, and I see the majority of the people who haven't gotten married, there's a part of me that hurts inside. There's a part of me that feels unfulfilled. There's a part of me that doesn't feel pleased or happy. There's a part of me that does not feel joy. I feel the opposite of joy when I watch Love Is Blind and I realize most of the couples are not working out. I think just personally, I feel like it's a reminder of how difficult it is to find love. I still believe that, like I said, with all my relationships, the ones that haven't worked out, or the ones that didn't work out well, it it it, it made me question, but I've always have been able to answer the question that even though I wasn't able to experience love with this one individual, there's love out there and love does exist because I have it inside me. And if I find someone that loves like I love, or that understands love like I love, then I'm going to be with that person forever and it's going to be amazing. That's what I would always tell myself in all my relationships when they didn't work out. And so when I watch the show, I continue to remind myself that there's people out there who have negative experiences with love, and those people are going to be able to find their person if they maintain the love that they have inside them. Eventually they're going to meet someone who loves like they love and who understands the idea of love, and eventually they're going to meet someone who's willing to work for it, and who's willing to sacrifice, and who's willing to fight for that type of love. So when I watch the show, I see a show that is full of failures, and it makes me question the agenda of the people who are producing and administering the show. What type of person would continue to produce a show that is producing so many failures of bad examples of how people should interact if they want to find and nurture and maintain the type of love that lasts longer than a lifetime? Obviously, by just looking at the results, I have to logically come to the realization that the people who are producing and investing in this show are not trying to communicate to society and to our audience, to the audience, that this type of love that I believe in exists, because they're showing so many examples of how people who say that they're looking for love They're showing so many examples of these people who are saying that they're looking for love and they're not able to find love. They're showing so many bad examples of how you're supposed to go about creating physical and emotional and spiritual and mental intimacy in a relationship. They're showing so many bad examples of healthy communication. And for what? I know some people will say, well, it's a successful show. That's why they keep producing it. There's people that are watching it. And yes, they are watching it. Even I watched it. I don't watch it as religiously as some people, but I I will give it to you that people are watching the show. But why? Why are they watching Love is Blind? I know there are people out there like me who believe in love and want everyone to work out, and they're watching it, hoping at the edge of their seat that against all odds, someone is going to be on the show and they're going to meet and they're going to overcome an incredible amount of challenges and they're going to find the love of their life. And that's going to make us feel overjoyed when we see it because it gives us more evidence to continue to believe in love and healthy relationships. But I also know that there is a majority of the people who are not like me. They're not like you. And when they watch the show, they don't expect any of the couples to work out. If one of the couples works out, it's an anomaly. It's like, ooh, that's weird. That's strange. But I realize that there are people out there who are watching the show and they're actually looking for the drama. They're looking for the pettiness. They're looking for the poor communication habits. They're looking for the explosiveness. They're looking for the fun. They're looking for the games. They're looking for the mind games. They're looking for the manipulation tactics. They're watching the show for the drama. It's like, okay, I want to watch entertainment. I want to entertain myself for an hour after work. I'm watching this show because it's something that it holds my attention. It distracts me from my life and my reality. I know there are people out there who watch the show because they don't believe in love and um, they want their opinion of love. They want their opinion of the dating market. They want their opinion of relationships to be confirmed when they watch their entertainment. But they're not really happy when they finish the season. And they have a story to tell of more drama, but they're not really happy because deep down inside, even the people who say that they don't believe in love and have demonstrated over and over again that they are self-sabotaging their opportunities to find, maintain, and nurture the type of love that will last longer than a lifetime. Deep down inside, even the people who will tell you to your face that they don't believe in love, deep down inside, they believe in love. They need it. They need it to breathe. They need it to feel alive. They needed to feel at peace with the world. They needed to balance themselves out. They need that love to feel fulfilled. They desire it. It doesn't live inside them. So they look for it in other people. They look for it in different places. But they're constantly searching for love. They watch the show so that it can distract them from their constant search for love and the failures that they've had along the way. Their faith has gone weak. They stop believing in the fairy tales. They no longer believe the fairy tales even exist because it's too painful to tell your mind that there's real love out there. You just haven't found it. There's real love out there, but you just haven't prepared yourself for it. There's real love out there, but you just haven't nurtured it. There's real love out there, but you didn't maintain it. It's much easier for people to avoid any of those things or any of those questions that are going to result in them changing their behavior than just saying, love doesn't exist. Real love doesn't exist. Because by saying real love doesn't exist and watching Is Love Blind, just to confirm that real love doesn't exist, I believe that it's like a security blanket that allows you to stay warm, but you can't take that security blanket. It's not going to keep you warm on the road. When life happens, when you have to go from point A to point B, that security blanket's not going to be there if you don't have anything to plug into. When I watch this show, Love is Blind, I have to ask myself, what is the intention of the people who are producing the show? And when I think about the intention of people who are producing the show, I have to analyze the name of the show, Is Love Blind? The host will tell you that each and every one of the contestants or the participants are going to be able to answer that question, is love blind? But we know that based on the failure rate of so many of these couples, we know that the producers of the show, by showing so many bad examples, they're telling us as the audience that love is not blind. That if you cannot see the person that you love, it is difficult for you to maintain a relationship with that person or nurture love for that person. By showing so many bad examples of love on a show called Is Love Blind, they're telling us that as you get older, if you're not able to see the same physical beauty of the person that you are in love with, then the love that you have for that person could potentially fade and go completely away. What does that leave us in as a society if we cannot love the people that we love when we're younger as they age? What does that say about the legacy that we're supposed to be creating together? What does that say about the stability that we're supposed to be providing our children? What does that say about the nature of our country? That we're not able to look at someone who has aged and see beauty in the way they look and see wisdom, see experience and value and respect what the folks who have grown older and who have aged and who have matured to a certain level. What does that say about our society that we're not able to look at someone who has aged and see beauty? I believe that the producers of the show, the hidden agenda of the producers of the show, because they're giving us so many bad examples of love, the hidden agenda is not my agenda or the agenda that I would have. I don't think they're trying to communicate the power of love when they are producing the show. The hidden agenda of the people who are producing the show is Love Blind, because they're showing us so many bad examples of love on this show. Their hidden agenda is actually communicating and making a statement to us that love is not blind. That love cannot grow if you're not able to see the person that you love. By showing us so many bad examples of love on a show called Is Love Blind, what they are communicating to us, and it's very deceptive, they're saying as you age, as you get older, or if you lose your eyesight, what they're communicating to us by this piece of entertainment, they're communicating that there is no safety, there is no security when it comes to love. If you're not able to see the love that you say you have for the person, if you're not able to see the object of your love, then love is not blind. Love does not exist. Love is not going to work. You can try to make it work, but ultimately it doesn't work because they're showing us so many bad examples of love on a show called Is Love Blind. And so, what they're communicating to us and the people who are not paying attention, what they're communicating to us and trying to teach us is you should be insecure. You should be very insecure about yourself in a loving relationship because at any moment, your partner, if they don't see something or if their eyes drift or if their eyes wander, then the love that you have for each other could also go away or it could also wander. Where does that leave us? We're always watching our backs. If you analyze why someone would create a show Is Love Blind and then show so many examples of love that doesn't work out, what profit is that? What contribution are they making to society? Why would they do that? Could it be that the reason why they are investing in producing the show Is Love Blind and showing us so many bad examples of love not being blind, not having the power to see without visually seeing our eyes? Could it be that they need us to believe that there is no type of love out there that can overcome every obstacle? Could it be that they want us to believe that there's no such thing as a type of love out there that will love you even more as you get older, that will love you even more if you develop a disability and the way your face is shaped changes? Could it be that they never want us to feel secure enough in ourselves and in our partners and in our relationships and in our families, that they want us to always feel insecure so that we will reach out for other things reach out to purchase other things, reach out to work. Now that we're purchasing other things, now we have to work even harder to afford those things in order to fill the hole that we have in our hearts, because we don't believe that love is powerful enough to be able to grow when you can't see the person that you love. I believe that it's very entertaining. it's it's very entertaining to see the conflicts, but it doesn't do anything for my soul. People like me who believe in love, when I watch Is Love Blind, when I realize that the hidden agenda behind Love is Blind is actually not to encourage us to find the type of love that is going to last longer than a lifetime, but the show is actually trying to convince us that there is no type of love out there that exists. When I think about that, it's harder to watch that show, even though I'm rooting for the people. When I realize that there is a hidden agenda behind that show, when I think about the people who are producing that show and how people who are producing the show and investing in the show, how they make their money, the companies that they invest in, and the products and services that the companies are providing that they have invested in. When I think about their entire investment portfolio of the people who have invested in this show Is Love Blind, I realize that that show is indirectly helping them sell products and services to us that either help us get divorced, help us develop casual relationships. They sell us the products that we need in order to enhance our beauty and our and they turn us into consumers that care very much how things look and not necessarily how things are. They invest in companies that provide services and produce products that are designed to speak to the part of our personality that cares more about perception versus reality. They invest in makeup and clothing and fashion. They invest in all different types of things, and they care more about the perception than the reality. They don't want us to love ourselves. They don't want us to have that type of love that reaches out to other people who, even if we can't see them, they want you to feel like, hey, if you're in another, if you can't see your partner, you can't do a long distance relationship. There's no type of love out there that exists. If you watch that show, you will be convinced that if you cannot see your partner, if you cannot be in a close relationship with your partner, if you can't do a long distance relationship, then that's not even love. There's people out there who believe that. I'm not one of those people. I believe what is happening with this show, Love is Blind, it's something that, and the people who have invested in it, I believe that this show is not unique. I believe that there's a lot of shows out there and movies out there that are being produced by the same group of people who try to put themselves off as having a pulse or having a hand on the pulse of our entertainment and what we need as a people. But I believe that the best entertainment products, the best entertainment services, the best shows, the best movies, the best music make a statement and help us move forward as a society. And I believe that the best entertainment gives us joy. The best entertainment makes us feel good about the lives that we are living. The best entertainment helps us create stronger communities. The best entertainment helps us be more productive. The best entertainment helps us live the lives that we've always wanted to live. The best entertainment injects a certain energy into our culture. But I don't see that type of entertainment being produced at a high enough level. A lot of the entertainment that I see being produced is not very authentic. The stories that are being told and being highlighted are designed to hold our attention, but they're not designed to move us forward as a society. And the people who are making the decisions on what shows to produce and what movies to produce and what music to market, the people out there that are influencing the entertainment industry do not have our best interests at heart, because deep down inside they do not believe in love. They don't believe the type of love that I believe in exists. And so they don't produce entertainment for the people like me and you. The entertainment that they produce are similar to the show Love is Blind. And they produce shows like that that draw us in because people like me and you believe in love and we wanted everything to work out. But in reality, they have no intention of putting couples on that show that are actually going to work out. They have no intention of demonstrating that you can overcome all odds, you can overcome every single challenge, you can solve every single problem that you need in order to find love, even if you can't see that person, even if that person is from a different background, a different ethnicity in the United States of America, even if that person doesn't have the same money that you have or the same access to resources, even if that person doesn't have the same education level, they're not producing a show that tells you that love can conquer everything. They're not doing that. They're producing shows and they're producing movies that are designed to convince us that that type of love does not exist. And if you don't experience that type of love, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your situation because every single person out there is experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing. They're trying to convince you that if you don't have love in your life, you don't have to do anything to change anything. They want to convince you with the entertainment they are producing that they're marketing as culture, and they're marketing because they're trying to say how popular this stuff is. The shows that they are producing are designed to keep you stuck in that rut of not having love, not finding love, not being able to nurture love, not being able to maintain love. But the place that you're in, if you're in that rut, if you don't have love in your life, if you don't have love inside you, that's not a place where you're designed to live. That's not a place where you're designed to stay. That's not a place where you should be calling home. Your home has love. And our entertainment industry, the people who are controlling our entertainment industry and influencing the projects that get greenlit, those people don't believe in love and don't believe that you should have it because they're producing shows like Love is Blind. And in the shows called Love is Blind, they're putting couples on there that have no intention of finding love. And over the last 10 seasons, the majority of those couples have not found love. They're setting a bad example. They're putting out bad messages. They're showing a library list of the things that you should not do if you want to find, nurture, and maintain the type of love that is going to last longer than a lifetime. And the same people who are influencing the entertainment industry, the same people who are influencing the same people who are influencing all of our industries. Every single one of our industries is being influenced by the same group of people who are investing in the shows Love is Blind and investing in these entertainment products that do not bring us joy. They actually hold our attention and disrupt our peace and leave us feeling empty inside. Now, why would someone want us to feel empty inside? Why would someone want to produce products and services that don't bring us joy? Why would someone want to take our money and our time and in exchange give us a product or a service that does not help us become more productive, that does not bring us more joy and more happiness and more fulfillment? It doesn't allow us to live the lives that we all want to live. These people who have influenced our entertainment industry and have influenced all of our industries, they think very short term. They think, hey, let's just make a quick buck. Let's produce a show that is going to hold their attention and let's give them nothing in exchange, nothing of value in exchange, nothing long-term in exchange. They think short-term about things. They don't believe in love and they don't expect you to ever find that type of love because it hasn't happened to them or they don't have it on the inside. I am not one of those people, and they are not my group. My group, my people are the people who know what love is. My group are the people who want love. My people are the ones that want to love themselves, want to love their family, want to love their community, want to love their country. My people are the people who love the people that live in their country. My people are the people who want to love what they do. They love their job. They want to love their job. They want to love their company. They want to love their industry. They want to love the things that they are producing and the legacy that they are creating. They want to love every single thing around them. That's my group of people. If you're not like that, if you don't believe in love, if you don't know what love is and you don't want to know what love is, if if you don't want to love yourself deep down inside, if you don't want to love yourself, if you don't want to love your family, if you don't want to love your friends, if you think it's too much, if you do not want to love the people in your community, if you don't want to love your job, if you don't want to love your company, if you don't want to love your industry, if you don't want to love your country and the people who live in it, you are not my people. Don't follow me if you don't want to love. Don't subscribe to my channel. Don't comment on my videos. Don't waste my time if you do not want to believe in love. If you don't want to find love, if you don't want to nurture it, if you don't want to maintain it, do not follow me. Do not waste my time. Go somewhere else. The movement that I am creating is for the people who believe in love. The movement that I am creating is for the people who want to learn about it, who want to practice it, who know that there's a type of love out there that is so powerful it can work miracles. It is so powerful it can move mountains. It is the people that that are in my group that I invite to join me are the people who want love and who believe in love and who want it in their life. I've worked several jobs in my career, and in each job, working retail or serving in the United States Air Force as an aircraft mechanic or serving as an officer, as a space officer, each job that I've had, the jobs that I had when I got out of the military as a consultant at one of the big four accounting firms in the world, or as a consultant for myself doing my own clients, each job that I've had to look in the mirror and ask myself, do I love this? And as long as I can look in the mirror and say, I love this job, I love this company, I love this industry, I was able to go to work and be productive. I was able to go to work and make changes that other people couldn't change. I was able to go to work and perform things that other people could not perform. I was able to go to work and be productive when other people were not able to be productive. Because I love myself, because I love my job, I love my company, I love my industry. I had a complete alignment in every part of my career. I know that there are people out there who are working at companies that they don't love. They're working in industries that they don't love, and they definitely don't love their job. I know that there are people out there who know that there is something wrong about not loving their job, and they want to do something to change it. You are my people. But the people who don't love their job, they don't love their company, they don't love their industry, they don't love their community, and they don't want to learn how to love their job. They don't want to learn how to love their company or their industry. They don't want to learn how to love their community. They don't want to learn how to love their family. They don't want to learn how to love themselves. You're not my people. Don't follow me. Don't do it. Don't waste my time. The things that we are doing to change the economy so that men, women, and children of every ethnicity can experience prosperity and live in harmony is going to require us to create teams across multiple demographics and across different regions in our country. And those teams need to be made up with people who are well-adjusted human beings. Those teams are going to need to have the passion and the energy and the intelligence and the creativity to solve problems that other generations could not solve. But we're not going to be able to be the best versions of ourselves and do what we need to do in teams if we don't know how to love ourselves. We're not going to be able to do the things that we need to do in our community, and we're not going to be able to create the companies that we need to create in order to create profits that exceed expectations if we do not love our jobs, if we do not love our companies, if we do not have the ability to love our industries. This is why I tell people, if you don't love yourself, if you don't want to love yourself, if that's not you, don't follow me. Don't subscribe to my channel. Don't make comments on my videos. This is not for you. This is for the people who want love, who want to find, maintain, and nurture the type of love that is going to last longer than a lifetime. This is for the people who want to live their life with passion. It's not for everyone. I'll take one person. If I were starting a company and I had a chance to take 10 employees that don't have passion and one employee that does, I would take one employee that has passion over 10 employees who don't. Because one employee with passion is going to be able to be creative when the other 10 are not able to be creative. The one employee with passion is going to be able to create solutions to problems that the other 10 employees wouldn't even consider trying to solve. When the one employee with passion is going to have the drive that they need in order to be productive, when the other 10 employees are not going to be able to have the drive or the motivation or the inspiration to be productive. I'll take one employee that loves themselves and loves their job and loves their company and loves their industry and loves their place in society and loves their family. I would take one employee that loves themselves and understands love and how powerful it is over 10 employees that don't. I believe that's one of the reasons why so many companies are they're driven by 10% of the employees. 10% of the employees sometimes do 80% of the work at a company. And they wonder why so many people get burned out. Well, when the people who are high performers get burned out, then it requires people who are not high performers to pick up the slack. And when the people who are not high performers begin to pick up the slack, it snowballs. And eventually everyone is burned out and the entire company is making less and less profits. And then we have to lay off and do all the other things that they have to do in order to survive. But it all starts off with burning out their employees that care, burning out their employees that love what they're doing, burning out their employees that have passion. I just have to make that clear. I see so many comments. But if you don't believe in love, don't join me. There are certain things that we're doing in our society that is going to require my people, the people who follow me, to love themselves and love their jobs. Before I go for today, I want to just make a statement on I am seeing happening in the world. With respect to this particular administration, we've seen what is happening with the Epstein files and how every day we realize how there's so much corruption in our society. I want to encourage you that if you are seeing signs of corruption from your perspective, from where you are living, where you are going to work, what in the videos that you are watching or in the things that you are reading, if you see signs of corruption, do not lose hope. I want you to do every single thing that you can do. Some of you all are going to be able to vote in the next election. Vote for people out there who are loyal to the soil, who have integrity, who have love, who are willing to sacrifice themselves for their country. Vote for the people who have the right temperament, the type of person that is going to sacrifice themselves for the team. Because they know that if they sacrifice themselves, they will be able to create a legacy that will last long after they are gone. Vote for good candidates. Be very be very selective at who you support. Register to vote and get ready, because eventually the movement that I am creating is going to be so big. We're going to have candidates that are going to be able to run for office in every city, in every state, in every region in our country. And eventually you're going to have people to vote for, regardless of where you live in the United States of America. Eventually, as this movement grows, you're going to have candidates that you can vote for and you can put your trust in. You're going to have candidates that are going to be loyal to the soil. You're going to have candidates out there that are going to make the right decisions, that are going to change the policies that we know are hurting so many people's lives. Eventually, our economy is going to grow even stronger. Eventually, we will pay off our national debt. Eventually, we're going to be able to invest in our infrastructure. Eventually, when our movement is strong and we do the things that we say we're going to do, eventually our children are going to have access to high quality education without having to go into decades long of student debt. Eventually, all of those things are going to happen as we grow, as we get bigger. But right now, I'm going to encourage you to register to vote and start getting ready. Help me identify candidates out there. I know you're out there. If you're a good candidate, if you have the mindset that is able to serve, if you believe in freedom, if you have a heart that longs to be part of a national community, if you're able to work and sacrifice and fight for freedom, you're going to be a good candidate. I want you to develop love. This is your reminder to make sure that you love yourself, spend time loving your community, love the people in your family. There's some people out there who say, well, no, I love my country, I love America, but you hear them talking like, well, I really hate white people, I really hate black people, I really hate this type of person. When I hear those people talking, they say how much they love America, but how much they hate someone or how much they don't like someone who lives in America who happens to be an American. I look at them like they're crazy, because how could you love America and you hate Americans? How can you love America and you don't like Americans? If you love something, if you love our country so much, shouldn't you have the same amount of love for Americans who live in our country, who are helping to build the economy, who are members of our community, who are making sure that if the government service isn't available to you, that they're willing to give you the shirt off their back? Shouldn't you love those people who live in your community if you love your country so much? I see so many people out there are saying that they love our country, but they don't really love our country. They don't really love America because they hate Americans. They don't like Americans. Or they don't like immigrants who are trying to build our economy. They don't like immigrants who are trying to create a life for themselves. They don't like the immigrants who are trying to make sure our companies are more profitable. They don't like the immigrants who are giving us their cheap labor. How can you say you love Americans when you don't love the people who are building America? How can you love America if you don't like the people who are creating the conditions that we need in our society to have a strong economy? Do you not love our economy? Let's say you do love our economy. Let's say you're a wealthy person, or you're in some sort of high-paying career. Let's assume that you have all the financial resources that you need in order to live your dreams. How can you say that you love America if you don't love the people who are making it possible for you to live the quality of life that you're living by working extremely hard for extremely low pay? How can you say you love America if you don't love Americans? The things that we are doing, we are growing, and eventually you're going to have candidates to vote for. And our candidates are going to love our country so much that they're going to love every single person who lives in our country. That's the type of love that we need in our movement. And we need people who can understand that there's a type of love out there that exists. It is powerful. It can work miracles. It can change situations that have not been changed in decades. It can solve problems that other people cannot solve. It can create solutions to problems that other generations just haven't been able to create solutions to solve. This is a very powerful type of love. When you love when you love the United States of America like I love the United States of America, there is no one in the United States of America that you don't like. You love them and you treat them as such. And those are the candidates that we need. But nothing's going to get done if they're able to use a great amount of financial resources to divide our organization. When we have love, the type of love that we have inside of ourselves, and we share that love with other people, there is no amount of money that will allow us to be able to betray our movement or the people who are in it. There's some type of love that is impossible to buy. There's a certain type of love that is priceless. And that is the exact type of love that we need in our movement. There is no amount of money that is going to stop us from loving each other. We will not betray each other, ever. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my message for you today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.